Om Shanti, and welcome to this special conversation with our guests from Mexico, Brother Ernesto and Sister Mercedes. Om Shanti and welcome to the studio.
Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Brother, you've been an economist and you've also worked with the government of Mexico at good positions. I would like to understand from you what happened that you got attracted to spirituality and Raj Yoga. I understand that you've been practicing meditation together for more than 37 years. So it's been a long journey. Tell us, what attracted you to meditation and spirituality?
Yeah, this has not been a long journey because sometimes it's very short. It's short because we are trying to change and to behave different and to have something to give to everyone. But you know, all my life I had questions that in my traditional religion, I was Catholic by tradition, never answer. And I was a searcher. I was really searching to find the truth. And until I don't know, it was by fortune, but I think it was by fortune, Brahma Kumaris knocked my door. And this was a fantastic starting journey to come. Always in a family, of course, there is a difference. Some follow the tradition more deeply than others, no? And in my case, since young, I was attracted to India. I was attracted to India, and I always in my mind, I have to go to India. I have to go to India. I feel that something mysterious was happening here, no? And then this knocking in my door. The director of the organization right now, Daddy Yankee, was inaugurating Brahma Kumaris in Mexico, the first center, and was fantastic because when I was busy, I didn't have time. Politicians never had time. I never have time, and then this brother that he was from England, that started the Brahma Kumaris in Mexico, was so insistent to me in order to really listen, at least a glimpse of what they were doing in Mexico. And then I didn't have time, and everything started at 4 o'clock meditation. I used to do some meditation, but not at 4 o'clock meditation. And my first impression of was Brahma Kumaris through Daddy Yankee. Make me, no? Baba, we call Baba, Shi Baba, was catching me. And since there, something wonderful starts. Of course, when you see the way of transformation is not easy because you have so many sanskaras that you have to change. That is already imprinted in your life. And of course, I was like any politician.
So what were the transformations that you brought about in your life?
First, I adopted the way of living as a Brahma Kumari, which vegetarianism. I was not vegetarian. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking. I stopped most of the things that we used to do now. But I understand something great. Once you adopt a line of discipline, you became to feel free. You know, because when you really believe in the line, you follow a line, and there is no other distractions anymore. No, of course, first to follow a line, you have to understand the line and to understand the teachings of that line, and understand the discipline that you have to, because everyone feels discipline. Oh no, I have to change everything. No. Was wonderful to see that we became the journey to be different. No? And the first thing that I understood also is respect. Respect others, because this is your line of conduct, and everyone has their own lines. And you cannot change everyone. I wanted to change everyone, you know. My first thing was, I want to change, and I was everyone to listen to me, you know. Oh, but these Brahma Kumaris have the truth, you know. You have to, and then I sit my sisters, my brothers to listen to me, no. But that is something that comes from the heart.
Exactly.
No? And I feel that, of course, make changes. I could not change others, but I begin to behave different. Before, never breakfast, lunch, dinner at home, and I begin to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at home, and no anymore all this business that creates a different behavior, even in your family. And I feel that, of course, Mercedes is my jugal, and myself, we were, of course, struggling in a different way. But we start really respecting the velocity of the change, no? Because for me it's immediate, no? It was something that, and I begin to do things different immediately, and I wanted everyone to do. I was wrongly trying to do that, but I was in the right path, trying to do for me. No? Of course, you have to continue working. I was continued in politics. My father was governor of one state. I, as an economist, we do all this planning and things like that. I was doing the plans of the government for 6-year period, and you know, the way that I used to work with him was completely different, because I have to show what I was as a Brahma Kumari.
Wonderful. So the change and the lines of discipline which you immediately adapted, which is very beautiful. I'd like to know from you, Mercedes, when you know, he was so quick and he still is. How about you? Because as a family, because we understand that you were married, you had 2 little kids at that time when you got into the path of meditation. How easy or difficult was it for you? And what was it that you liked which has made you follow you know, these disciplines in your life even now after 37 years?
Well, I think at first, you know, was so sudden, his change, and he was flying actually since the first days. And so I didn't know, I didn't understand what was going on. Of course, we took the course together, and then it was so, it was difficult at the beginning because I was sort of scared. I didn't know what he was going to do or what our life would be. And so because he suddenly came at home, we're not watching television anymore, we're not eating meat, and so I said, why, what's happening, you know? And so I wanted to learn what he was learning, and so we started the course, we started going to meditation and center and all that. And at the same time, I was scared about the food, because I didn't know much about vegetarian food.
Vegetarian
Diet. And so most of all for the children, because they were little. And so I asked the doctor, you know, I said, what would happen if I take away all the meat and all eggs and all that? And fortunately, he was really nice, and he said, don't worry, they're already formed, you know, they're not little babies. The younger one was like a year old. And so he said, it's okay, just find out how to change, you know, how to get protein and all that. And so that made me not be so scared about food, mainly. And then the rest, I started, you know, trying to learn, but that pushed me towards my religion first, because I said, well, I have to find out, you know, because I was getting all the knowledge from Baba, and I had all the old knowledge, and there were many things were different, many things were strange, and so I got into courses about well, more deeply into Catholicism and all that. And I started finding, you know, that Baba was the real thing, because the other one, on the other side, I found so much like fantasy or things that you shouldn't ask, because you have to believe.
Because it's religion, you can't ask anything.
No, because you go to hell. You know, literally. And all this being scared of God and all that. And I found the other side, you know, that God is love and it's good. He cannot punish anyone. And so it was attracting my attention, you know. And so we came to India the first time immediately, you know, months after we got the knowledge. And then we have been coming many times with the children when they were small. And so I think everything was changing, but not drastically. For him, he was fine, he was gone. But I tried to keep the family together also. And I said, well, the father is the example for them, you know, and for the two boys. And so we brought them to India. I took them to the centers, and they were growing with all the knowledge, and they learned how to meditate and all. And I also took them to church. You know, I said, well, they have to choose. They have to grow also. You know, and even now they're men. They're old. The elder one is 40, so he's old. And so they had the chance to choose themselves by themselves, you know. And I think everything made them better human beings, really beautiful human beings. The younger one is married. He has a little girl, 7 months old. And so each one chose their life, but with all this knowledge inside, which made them better. Yes.
A beautiful example in wherein when you're discovering your own self, you're discovering really where you can't do it in any faith as such. But here, when we understand the knowledge, it's like the light goes on within the soul, and that is very beautiful, and which makes us, come together as a family. Understand that you have a large extended family, and some of them have visited India along with you. What was your, the dynamics when you got into knowledge and you had these things of, I'm a vegetarian, I'm this, because many people even in India, they have these, they come up and say, well, I have changed my eating habits, now what should I do with the family, will it be okay? But I see here that there is a lot of bonding, there is a lot of understanding, even if, you're from a very different cultural background. So, tell us more about, the relationship with your family members and the bonding. Has spirituality played a role in having this very good cordial relations that you still have?
Yes, yeah, I think yes. Yes, because both of us, we belong to wonderful families, no? In Mexico, for instance, the background of my family, we have men, no religious men, or no spiritual men in terms of what we now know about the spirituality, but very good men in their time, and of course the background of politics, it belongs to a family, no? It's something that we belong to a politicians, a family full of politicians, because in the family, for instance, my father was governor before, my great grandfather was governor, my uncle grandfather was governor, and we have one hero in Mexico, like Gandhi, no? Like Gandhi, Mexican Gandhi, no? And then that also helps a lot, because I say, it's wonderful to have all this background, wonderful to have this type of people around myself, and now is my chance to be a real hero, no? Baba often says that we are heroines and heroines, no? Yes, we are, because we are behaving different from the rest of the world. We have to be examples in front of everyone. And I talked to my father, want me to be politician, and I say, my father, once we sit together, he told me, I want to know what you are doing now. And after explaining and after seeing my conviction, he says, I cannot do nothing because you are with God. Even if I would like you to be as you were before, I cannot. Then he respect. And my mother wanted to know what the son was doing. And she came here. And was wonderful, because when she came, all her desires, her expectations were fulfilled. Baba fulfilled their expectations. And then she was convinced about everything there, no? Then, I feel that helps when there is respect from the rest of family members. At the end, Baba wins. Not you. It's you, of course, as an instrument of Baba, but Baba wins. And I think Baba has been winning, because I have one Brahma Kumari brother, which is Brahma Kumari, and now we have our sister-in-law, the wife of taking all this retreat and all these things in India, and I feel that Baba will be doing wonders. He is doing wonders, and of course, like we, I always say, I have, because always in the religions, they talk about that we have the free way of choosing your life.
The
no?
free will.
Free will. For the first time, I understand the free will because I know the truth. And Baba, the beauty of Baba, of God, is using the free will, knowing the truth. You can be in the side of the truth or be against the side of the truth. And for him, it's okay. You see the respect that Baba gives to every single human being in the world.
Wonderful. One of the things which come out is that once you're convinced and once you're actually practicing what you're convinced with, and you're respecting the other people's faith or what they understand, that when there is mutual faith, there is mutual respect, you can actually have very good bonding, and so has been your case, and of course God, Baba, helps us. One of the things I'd like to understand from you, that you are 42 years of your marriage, still going so strong and a very good bonding, you've got a good family. What are the things that you've held on to? Respect is one thing. That what are the disciplines in your life which are helping you, to have such a nice, healthy relationships, as well as a good, and you're enjoying your life as well. So what are those things which you have for your own self, which has taken you from these 37 long years and 42 years of marriage?
Well, I think that the first thing has been, as you said, respect. Because even if myself at the beginning I didn't understand, or I didn't really knew what was going on, I respected the way he was behaving and because he started doing service straight away and traveling all over, and I knew that I had to be in charge of the family. And even Baba once told me that even if I couldn't do much service because of the children, like going away or giving conferences or something, the way I was supporting his job, his service, what he was doing, made me earn half of what he got, in response. So it was respect, and it was also that I began to grow myself. I began to grow, and I think I began to understand. And so, and I thought that what I had to do is to keep the family together, and to tell the children, that they could follow their father's example, because he was getting better and he changed, and so that was obvious, that he was improving as a human being. Of course, I mean, it has been so many years. Of course, you have problems and you have different difficult times, but I think Baba gives you all this wisdom, to know what to do and how to do. And of course, you have to apply all the tolerance and all the powers he gives us. But I think it's worth it, and I think I discovered that.
Wonderful sharing, Mercedes. Brother Ernesto, we understand, of course, you've been flying for the last 37 years,
yes.
And applying the spirituality in your life. You've got, you've got this good bonding. You've shared the knowledge with other people. What is it that you would like to share with the audience? As we are closing this conversation, your essence of the learning, your experience, and your message
Yes.
that you would like to share with everyone.
For the people of India, I would like to share that they are very lucky. They are very lucky because India, Bharat, as everyone calls, is the first land, and transformation will happen here. And I feel that you have a chance to become close to this path of knowledge and living, no? And of course, I encourage you to do it. You are here. Here is happening everything. There is no other way where they can celebrate Shivaratri. There is no other place where they do this holy and has this spiritual meaning. Then having that luck to be when Baba descends, Baba takes incarnation. What I suggest everyone is open your heart, open your mind, and really explore. No, it's not question of I'm going there. No. Explore and feel, and wherever you take from this path will be helping you in your choice. What I say, brothers and sisters from India, we from all over the world, there is brothers and sisters, your brothers and sisters, even that we are not in India. We are posted in some other place to do the service of Baba. But of course, we love you all, and then we give you a big heart. Our heart is yours. Thanks.
Very beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you, both of you, for sharing your experience and coming over, and we wish you all the very best for the future. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti.